Hi, my name is Allyson Larrimore, and today I will give you tips on hiring an exceptional guidance counselor. In hiring an exceptional guidance counselor, I believe there are 5 main qualities that all exceptional guidance counselors should possess. The first one is that they should possess the appropriate credentials and should be highly qualified. Now, later on in this video, I will give you the credentials for South Carolina. If you're hiring a school guidance counselor in another state, then of course you will have to look up the credentials for your specific state. The second quality they should possess is they should be able to respond to students' needs. That means they put the students' needs above all else. The third characteristic they should possess is they should be able to create a community network. This means they should reach out to business leaders and community members, making sure that our school is the hub of the community. The fourth characteristic they should possess is that they should practice the most current methodologies and techniques. This means that they are current in their research and they know which techniques will work on individual students. The last characteristic they must meet is they should adhere to school responsibilities. Now, later on, I will give you a look at some of the characteristics for our school, some of the school responsibilities that we have, but of course this differs from school to school and it definitely differs from state to state, so you'll have to use your judgment when looking at this. Now, of course, there are more qualities that every school guidance counselor should have, but I think that these 5 are the ones that will stand out and make an exceptional guidance counselor. So keep thinking of that as we go through the next few slides. The first quality that I said a guidance counselor must possess is having the appropriate credentials. Now again, I'm going to go over the credentials for South Carolina. So again, this differs from state to state. If you look on the state website, you'll find these credentials must be met in order to be an exceptional guidance counselor in South Carolina. First of all, you should meet all state certification requirements for South Carolina and the ASCA, which is the American School Counselor Association. You should also have a bachelor's degree. You should also have a master's degree in any subject. You should also have a completion of an advanced program that has been approved by the State Board of Education. The next one is that you should make sure that your examination results for the testing is 165 for teaching, that's the minimum, and also a minimum of 550 for the guidance counseling session. The last part of the credentials is making sure that you have a background check. Now again, this is from the FBI, so of course most of this will go for any teaching degree. The only thing I saw that was different is that of course you have an advanced program that has been approved by the state board, and you also have that extra component when it comes to testing, that you have that guidance counseling session, which is a minimum of 550. Other than that, this would actually go for most of the teaching credentials that you would need in South Carolina. The second quality that I stated that an exceptional guidance counselor must have is how they respond to students' needs. If you take a look at the bullets down below, you can tell this is a critical time for children. Some students will have problems socially, making friends with others. They might also have problems with adolescent development issues and have questions about that. Not only that, but they might have behavioral issues or mental health issues as well. It is the guidance counselor's responsibility to make sure that they feel comfortable with the children, making sure that the children feel comfortable with them, someone that they can talk to, confide in, and ask questions. They need to know that the school guidance counselor has their best interest at heart, not only for the social aspects, but also with their academics as well, making sure that they understand that they care about their future as far as career and academic planning. The third quality that I stated that an exceptional guidance counselor must have is to be able to create a community network with our school and business leaders. So for example, we need to be able to connect home, school, and community together as one. So if a guidance counselor, if it is an exceptional guidance counselor that we're looking at, this person will be able to use the network to be able to pull resources into our school. This person would be the centralized person that would have a relationship with the businesses, the community, the leaders, staff, parents, and students, because we know that we can bring in more resources to our school if we have this network readily available. Now, for guidance counselors, they have a unique ability to be able to pull upon those resources to make our school more of an inviting place. So creating this partnership with community leaders would only benefit our school. We have a guidance counselor at our school who is the one who is always creating a career day, bringing other businesses in, possibly making sure that we have spokespeople who are readily available to come in, possibly others who would like to tutor our students or read to students. Pulling in those resources would only benefit our school. The fourth characteristic I stated that an exceptional guidance counselor should have is they should practice the most current methodologies and techniques. This means that they are a reflective practitioner. That means that they are constantly looking back at what techniques and methods worked versus those that didn't, and knowing that each child is different. It is up to the guidance counselor to know each child as an individual, because knowing the children will help them decide which techniques will work on which children. So it is so important to build those relationships, and that's what we're looking for in an exceptional guidance counselor, someone who can build relationships. They also know which consultation techniques that would work. For example, are they working with a group of students or are they working with individual students, and actually setting up consultation times to be able to look back and talk to them and reflect back on what's working and what's not. They are also looking at current research methodology and theories. You want someone who really knows their practice and knows it well. Not only that, but they're able to collect evidence and data, because collecting that evidence and data will help us take a look at those children and what's working. It might be a behavioral management contract. That would be a way of collecting some evidence and knowing which ones work and which ones don't. But it's up to that school guidance counselor to know the children, to know exactly what they need to be providing for those children. The final quality that I stated that an exceptional school guidance counselor must have is they should be able to adhere to school responsibilities. Now, as I said before in this video, it really differs from school to school and definitely from state to state. So you need to look at your school and what you expect out of your school guidance counselor. I wanted to just set a few examples of what we expect out of our guidance counselor at our school. So our school guidance counselor is in charge of all standardized testing, making sure that we are meeting district guidelines. Now, of course, that might not be every school guidance counselor that has that responsibility placed upon them, but for our school, that is a huge responsibility for our guidance counselor. Not only that, but they're also in charge of planning and organizing school activities. For example, it could be career day, it could be helping with setting up tutors or setting up volunteer readers that could come out, creating those community partnerships like we talked about before. Also, preparing guidance lessons on a weekly basis, and these would of course center along the lines of the life skills that we use at our school on a weekly basis. And the last one is also working with administration and teachers. The school guidance counselor should definitely be a team player. It's a person who is able to work well with others because they see the need of the students first and foremost and are willing to do anything it takes to make sure that the students' needs are met. Those are the qualities that I believe an exceptional guidance counselor must possess. I placed this slide in here just to give you an overall view of what an exceptional guidance counselor should have. And we've already talked about these characteristics between the credentials, the school responsibilities, the students' needs, the community networking, and the methodologies and techniques. So I thought this is just a good overview to remind you of what to look for in an exceptional guidance counselor.